everyone, I hope you are all having a wonderful day and enjoying hopefully some sunshine in your area. Today I decided to take a nice drive to the beach and get some footage for you. And for me, I wanted to get some photos, even though I have so many photos of the beach. I was going to draw some. I had to cut out the sound because it was so windy. But I got some great photos, but I have one that I took in the fall a few years ago of one of my friends, and I think we're going to draw that today. So I'm going to head back to the studio, and I hope you join me. If you are new to my channel, I draw loosely and almost in an abstracted way. Especially for this drawing, I am using just a marker to map out the general shapes, and then I'm using some gouache, but you can use anything that you want. I just use gouache on regular sketch paper and map in the colors, like I block in the colors, and then I get my oil pastels out and I start trying to create my own version of this image. I don't paint or draw exactly what I see. I'm just trying to get that feeling of the image or photo, if that makes sense. So I'm blocking in the colors now, and I'm not concerned about my proportions, because once I get the oil pastels in there, then I know I can play around with the proportions. And the thing that I think I really wanted to mention is just keep going. Just keep going. Even if your painting has an ugly phase or you think you made a mistake, keep going. There's lots of moments throughout this particular drawing where I feel like I made a lot of mistakes, but we're practicing doing a lot of scenes with people and, just sort of like scenery, and that can be a real challenge rather than just drawing a face. We're drawing figures in a scene. Now that I have the general shapes in, I'm trying to get the general colors in and just overall where I'm going to put certain colors. I know her jacket is going to be this yellowish color. The ocean is on the left with the blue, and then there's all these yellows and greens that I'm just trying to figure out how am I going to get that into this drawing. Once I'm finished blocking in the colors and drawing the overall shape and blocking in the colors with the gouache, I then start with the oil pastels and I start coloring it in. And this is, for me, is my favorite part of the whole process. I'm trying to be really loose and just gestural and adding lots of texture. That's really what I'm doing here, and it's so much fun. I actually think you can use crayons with this. I don't even think you need to use fancy art supplies. This is just really fun. If you are interested in learning more about how to draw faces or certain animals, I have a whole collection of digital downloads on how to draw faces. I have traceables for figures and faces. I have coloring pages too. There's a whole bunch of different things that I have. So I'm going to leave a link in the comment section if you're interested in having a look at that. It will be in the comment section and in the description of this video. I'm not overly selective with the colors that I'm choosing. I'm really trying to get some greens from nature, you know, yellow greens and dark greens, and just creating a really nice palette for this particular artwork. And I'm adding a lot of yellow in there. And additionally, the other thing I'm really trying to focus on here, you're going to see as I continue on, is I want to get the highlights in her hair and on the side of her sweater. So on the left hand side of her sweater, the top of her hat. I'm really trying to look at shadows as well as texture. Even though my drawing isn't realistic, I really want to capture the light and the overall shape and the overall feel of the picture. I also, at the end of it too, I start scratching away at some of the oil pastels to create some nice scratchy marks, and I really enjoyed that as well. Now I'm feeling pretty happy with how things are going. I feel like the left hand side is the marks are a little too squiggly, but again, I'm playing with mark making within the artwork, and so that's why I scratched some of it off. I'm getting in that yellow on the side, and now I'm trying to blend some light blue in, but you're going to see me soften up those, it's supposed to be like the beach rocks on the left hand side. And then you're going to see me add a little more yellow around her. And I have this really nice gold. I'm using a gold oil pastel, which I really like. And so now I'm just fine tuning it. I'm trying to look at it and not do too much. I'm just going to fine tune it now. And some people have asked me, how do you know when you're done your painting or drawing? Once I feel pretty happy, you know, when I step back, look at it, and I think, oh, I really like the way this looks. Maybe I could stop now. Now it's time to fine tune and not go overboard with it. Now I'm adding the final yellow, trying to get the yellows in on the right hand side. I feel like it's going to balance out her sweater a bit more. And I really love the way this looks. Just fine tuning it, finishing it, and then I'm going to give you a nice close up of the final drawing. This is the final drawing. I'd love to hear from you if you followed along and how it went for you. If you have any questions about the process or products that I use, please leave a comment below. I'd love to hear how it went for you. I hope you guys have a fantastic day and happy sketching.